Chaffin. And this is Dr. Calvin Brown.
Hello.
We're actually instructors at SII Institute here in Phoenix. We got a lot of requests because we're coming over to Memphis, Tennessee in a couple weeks to give a 3-hour lecture. And we've been asked so many times, what are you guys going to talk about? So we figured we'd put a little video together here to kind of show everybody a little outline of the 3-hour dinner and why you should come and join us. So, to start out is the whole lecture that we're going to be talking about is going to be more of an engaging lecture. We want your input. We want to have a good time, showcases like the case that you see behind me. And if you can focus in on this case, you're going to see this is a case that a lot of doctors get in their offices. You know, this case is full of infection. The gentleman's going to be losing all their teeth. Do you want to do implants? Do you want to do dentures? Do you want to do hybrids? Do you want to do bridges? Do you want to extract the teeth and do the implants? Do you want to sedate the patient while you're doing it? That's a lot of stuff. So how do we kind of put it in a nice pathway for the doctor to be able to handle it? It's going to be based on skill level, speed, and a lot of things that we're going to discuss in this lecture. So there's 4 topics we're going to be actually talking about. 1 is sedation dentistry. 2 is restorative dentistry. 3 is implant dentistry. And 4 is grafting.
One of those things that doctors talk about there is sedation. And so as they are at a doc's convention, there's probably a lot of you that are already sedation certified, already doing a certain number of cases. And there's a lot of you right now that may be just beginning certified. But the thing is, and one of the journeys we want to take you on is, let's say that you're one of those docs that is becoming sedation certified. Okay, well once that happens, where do you go next? What happens when someone comes into your office that presents themselves like this? I mean, do you just do a few teeth at a time? Do you do a whole arch, or do your whole mouth? Well, see, one of the awesome things about being sedation certified is that it's going to give you the tool to actually take care of this patient just in one visit. And the beauty to actually, and one of the things we hope that you get out of this lecture here today, is that once you understand sedation, that you can learn some of the techniques so that you can only build your skills and your confidence to take care of someone like this in just one visit.
Excellent point. So the second thing we're going to talk about is restorative dentistry in this lecture. There are 4 case types that I see in practice that doctors need to be able to focus on. So we're going to go into the 4 case types. Even if you don't want to learn the other stuff that we are going to be talking about, restorative dentistry is a large field. I mean, there's basic cases, how to handle 4 or 5 crowns, to full mouth reconstruction, opening bite, symptomatic TMD cases. So we're going to talk about the case categories, and as you pick CE courses to learn and grow your restorative skills, that will also improve how much you can handle maximizing your sedation appointment. Okay?
And that's right. And you think about it like this, if you see a case like this, how many of you guys want to think about doing implants? Okay, well, how many implants you're going to place and where you're going to place those implants. So one of the things that we're going to go over is we're going to go over the 3 different types of implant cases that you can do. Now, one of those, which many of you may think about right now, at least for top, is you may think all on 4. Could be a possibility. But what if it's not a possibility? What if there's something else?
What are the big 3?
Well, the big 3 would be dentures, some type of hybrid, and fixed bridge work.
So we're going to talk about restoratively, what cases for what case. When you do a hybrid, Dr. Calvin, versus when you actually do a bridge, fixed bridge work. Can you be a patient and have all 3 options?
No, because in a situation like that with the 3 choices we presented to you, you can only really just be 2 of those 3.
And we're going to go into that a little bit, case selection. When would you do one of each of these types of cases? And case presentations when a patient presents itself. When would they be a hybrid candidate? When would they be a bridge candidate? And these are the 3, we call it the Fab 3, and it's usually when patients are losing all their teeth.
That's right. And so I think about another thing is too, is that let's just say right now that you're not even doing any implants yet. Well, if you start taking out all these teeth, you're going to have to do grafting. And so part of this lecture is we're going to teach you about the basics of grafting, maybe using some allograft powder or membrane, just how to close them on up. But we even actually go into advanced procedures that actually deals with stem cells. But you think about it like this. Should you, before you do a case like this, if you don't do any implants, should you just send them straight to your specialist? Or if you take them out yourself, should you do the grafting first? All right, and that's a question that you need to ask yourself because if you don't know, then this lecture's for you.
Well, what would a specialist do in this case?
So what a specialist would do is, in all in one visit, they would take out all the teeth, do all the bone grafting, and place the implants all in one shot.
So it's really frustrating for a specialist to get a dentist that pulls all the teeth, they get them in their office, they didn't graft, and now they have compromised bone. But I got another question for Dr. Calvin, if you could actually elaborate a little bit more for the people watching, is our implant section. A lot of people, there's a lot of courses out in the market right there. Let's tell them a little bit about SII Institute here in Phoenix.
Well, one of the things that we're going to do is we can actually take someone that doesn't have any implant placement or bone grafting experience, and after just one weekend, we can give them the confidence to start placing implants right away. So in other words, from what many of you may be thinking, you do not have to take a full-year course to get confident in placing dental implants.
You know, we just got done with a course this last weekend, so part of this lecture at the 3-hour dinner, and I know it seems pretty long, but we're going to have a lot of fun interacting, is we actually have a reality video that was shot on a Docs member that came to the course a week and a half ago, and no experience. And you're going to see her journey all the way through the 4 days. I believe, Dr. Brown, if I'm correct, didn't she place like 18 implants? By the time she left, she did one of these cases.
That's right.
Full arch.
That's
right.
right.
So level 1 course at SI Institute is be able to take a doctor and they are able to handle one of these cases at 1 arch at a time. Level 2 course, they're going to be able to handle this case like we would here as faculty members, all in one shot, with grafting, done like a specialist, and the patient is satisfied. And in each of these cases, we like to use sedation. You know, you don't have to in practice if you don't like sedation, but I think that's also a useful tool. So those are the 4 topics that we will be covering in this lecture. Is there anything else you want to add to that for the viewers?
I would simply say it's like this. We're very, very grateful to be talking today at the Docs Convention, and I'm really, really telling you that sedation really will change your life. And once you get that skill, then you can go on from that point and really handle a case like this the way that a specialist would. You'll be able to gain skill, you'll be able to gain confidence, and these are things we help and hope that will take you towards a more richer practice and a more fulfilling life.
I would agree with that. Thanks for watching. We look forward to seeing you in Memphis.
Have a good day.